welcome to Tril-a-thon, a benefit for Trilogy. My name is Samantha Hanley, and I'm President and CEO of Trilogy, and I'm so excited and grateful to have you with us tonight. In any other year, Trilogy would host a big fundraising gala where we would all be together in the same room to share in each other's company. That wasn't in the cards for us this year, but I'm still glad that you're here to share this time with us tonight. Tril-a-thon is an example of one of Trilogy's most deep and abiding values, that of adaptability. Like you, the clients and employees of Trilogy have had to adapt to a lot of change in the last year.
Normal temperature.
What you'll see in a few moments on the eve of Trilogy's 50th anniversary as an organization is that Trilogy is still as adaptable as ever, and we need to be adaptable in order to best help the people that we serve. Simply put, Trilogy exists to help people. We provide a full array of mental and behavioral health care, as well as support services to some of the most marginalized populations in Chicago. Every day, Trilogy is there to provide support for people who struggle with significant mental illnesses like bipolar disorder, schizoaffective disorder, depression, and others. People with little to no income, people who are experiencing homelessness, people who are combating addiction. Many we help are facing several or all of these challenges at once. Last year, Trilogy served almost 3,000 people through nearly 250,000 separate client encounters, the most we have ever served. They are men and women and children of all ages and at all stages of their recovery. They are Black, white, Latinx from neighborhoods across Chicagoland. They are our neighbors, our friends, our family. Many are someone's parent. All are someone's child. Your support here and now will make it possible for Trilogy to address their needs head on. The Tril-a-thon event is all about sharing. And what do I mean by that? We're going to share with you Trilogy's successes and accomplishments of this past year, which supporters like you have made possible. We'll show you how people who believe in and invest in our work are transforming lives every day. My hope is that you will be inspired to share with us and make a contribution to our mission so that we can continue helping people on their journey of mental wellness and recovery. Over the next 25 minutes or so, we'll share how Trilogy supported clients through the COVID-19 crisis, how Trilogy's programs are improving lives, and how your support right now will make a significant and sustained difference in the lives of the people we serve, some of whom you'll get to know this evening. We want to thank the generous sponsors who made Tril-a-thon possible. Thank you to Tril-a-thon lead sponsor Armitage Pharmacy. Thank you to our partner sponsors, Barnes & Thornburg, Heartland Health Centers, Maydoe Healthcare, Garcia Hamilton, and Stern Insurance Group. Mental health is an incredibly important part of our lives, and if you are joining us here, you probably agree. This past year has been challenging for everyone, and we've all had to make adjustments to our lives. We're staying further away from people. Many are working from home if we are fortunate enough to be working at all, and for many, our children are right there beside us, learning remotely. The stress and anxiety that we felt in the last year have really brought the topic of mental health to the forefront of public conversation. And I think all of us have an increased understanding of how mental health impacts all aspects of life. But because of the pandemic, many of the people who needed us more than ever became harder to reach than ever before. When COVID hit, we had to think fast and respond decisively, because people count on us. Trilogy's teams worked together to solve complex problems and figure out how we would reach the people who needed us, no matter what, because mental health doesn't wait. Trilogy made decisions and investments to ensure that employees stayed safe and healthy while still providing the 24-hour care that clients rely on. Trilogy invested in telehealth infrastructure so clients could connect with their team of doctors and therapists online, safely, without having to be on site. We provided clients with phones and tablets and made sure their bills were paid to make telehealth accessible to absolutely everyone. We created a system to ensure that clients who received financial benefits were able to do so electronically rather than receiving cash, which required more frequent in-person contact. And we work with clients individually so that those who needed help with medications, taking the right dose at the right time, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day, were fully supported while remaining safe and socially distanced. Of the nearly 3,000 people served in the last year, we've been able to serve nearly 400 new clients. We are committed to being there when people need us most. Some of the people we help are currently in nursing facilities, but they know that with some support, they can live independently in their own apartments. Trilogy believes that everyone should be able to write their own story. We've been tasked by the state of Illinois with assisting people who want to transition from a care facility into their own residence so we can help them be as successful as possible. This is an extremely complex process with many steps, not the least of which is helping each individual find an apartment that they like. And someone who has been living in a nursing home for years or even decades often needs help relearning the daily living skills that many of us take for granted. Things like making meals and cleaning, and managing finances and medications. This has always been important work, but has taken on an increased sense of urgency during this health crisis. We're happy to report that in recent months, we've been able to move 16 residents out of institutions and into their own homes. Across Chicago, Trilogy is in communities where people need us most. In the neighborhoods of Inglewood, Auburn Gresham, and Chicago Lawn, our PATH program is helping people experiencing homelessness find stability. Trilogy outreach workers are actively seeking out people who are experiencing homelessness and working tirelessly to connect them to the services they need, including mental health support, financial support, job placement, healthcare, and a permanent place to live. Housing is such a crucial part of the equation because without a home, without a roof over your head and a warm bed, the barriers to addressing the other issues simply become overwhelming. Symptoms can go untreated or get much, much worse. Our PATH program breaks this cycle. By being a constant presence in these communities, Trilogy outreach workers build trust with people who are experiencing homelessness and help get them back on their feet, providing them with needed therapy, medicine, food, and most importantly, hope for tomorrow.
My job involves me moving a client that's living on the streets up into a Trilogy team. Once they're into the Trilogy database, that means that they can become involved with all the services that Trilogy provides.
A lot of people don't understand that, some of us got really deep issues, that we're just trying to deal with mental health issues, Some people just throw us off like we're just nothing,
People can come by Trilogy anytime, Monday through Friday, and meet with an intake clinician that same day. But that leaves out people who are not wanting to come in.
What makes PATH really different is that idea of us going out to them, doing those homeless services on the streets, and getting people to start to trust staff so that they want to get engaged in other services.
When the reason why I trust them and believe them because I needed help, and they was talking about a lot of things that when I really wanted help with.
They offered to give me some assistance when nothing else was working for me.
Through the pandemic, our PATH program continued to help people who live on the margins or have already slipped through the cracks. Trilogy was still able to connect with people experiencing homelessness and link them to life-changing services. This work looks different now than when the program began. There are masks, and the connections and conversations happen from a little further away than before. But Trilogy is unstoppable. When asked about their work throughout this health crisis, Trilogy employee Larry Henderson told us, "We're not leaving anyone behind." The pandemic underscores yet another reason that Trilogy is vital for the people we serve and why your support of our mission is so important. Our work is made possible by essential community partners who believe in and invest in our mission, and Meridian Health is such an essential partner. Their generous $100,000 grant to the PATH program helped Trilogy connect more than 300 people experiencing homelessness to a brighter, healthier, more stable future, one shaped by hope and possibility. And Meridian Health also played a key role in connecting Trilogy with significant telehealth funding. Trilogy is honored to present our inaugural Essential Partner Award to Meridian Health for their tremendous support.
Accepting on behalf of Meridian is Dr. Angela Perry, Chief Medical Officer.
Hello, I'm Dr. Angela Perry, Chief Medical Officer at Meridian Health, and today I am here representing my entire organization for this prestigious award. Being recognized by Trilogy as an essential partner is truly an honor, and now even more than ever as we face these challenging times and access to mental health care, this partnership is even more crucial, especially for the underserved. It is only through strong partnerships such as this one with Trilogy that those in need of care receive it. I know I speak for my entire Meridian Health organization in saying that we are truly honored by the recognition and the acknowledgement, and we look forward to continuing our relationship with Trilogy and to expanding services and access for mental health services within the communities that we serve. Thank you.
For nearly 50 years, Trilogy has improved lives through effective, high-quality behavioral health care, and this track record is something that we're really proud of. But there are so many aspects of our work that we're proud of. The Beacon is our drop-in center, and it's the largest and busiest drop-in center in the state of Illinois. Our client satisfaction rating is excellent. 96% of our clients say that the Trilogy team is helping them move towards wellness and would recommend our services to others. And we were the first community behavioral health care organization in the state to incorporate occupational therapy. Those we serve are often among the most marginalized people in our communities and face a host of barriers to recovery. Most have a monthly income of about $700 in a city where the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment is $1,850.
20% of people who seek our services are experiencing homelessness at the moment of intake.
Over 30% of our clients are struggling with substance abuse and addiction issues, and almost 50% of our clients have significant trauma in their past. Trilogy's approaches are trauma-informed and put the unique experiences of the individual at the center of treatment. Recovery and well-being are different for each of the individuals we serve. We work alongside every person, empowering them not to just participate in their recovery plan, but to define and guide it. We remove barriers of all kinds so that wellness is accessible to everyone, so that all people are empowered to reclaim their well-being, not just those who have private insurance or who can pay out of pocket. Without Trilogy, most of the nearly 3,000 clients we serve wouldn't have access to the quality programs and personalized care they rely on. We are deeply grateful to the people who make our life-changing work possible, and we want to thank those who made this moment a reality. Thank you so much to our Trilogy sponsors.
Thank you to our advocate sponsors: Asian Human Services, Impact Networking, Matsock Insurance, NAMI Chicago, Stratosphere Networks, Wintrust. We are grateful to our supporters: A Alert Exterminating, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, Genoa Healthcare, Howard Medical, NAMI Cook County North Suburbs, Psych Arts, Stanton Mechanical, Qualifax, and Credible. And thank you to our allies: Anna Carvalho, Court Furniture Outlet, Delta Dental, and Turning Point Behavioral Health Care.
Thank you as well to the Illinois Department of Human Services Division of Mental Health for their support and all that they do to promote wellness in our community. And now I want to give a very special thank you to the employees of Trilogy. Every day, whether there's a COVID-19 crisis or not, you are helping people recover, giving your all and going above and beyond so that everyone has a fighting chance. You are a wonderful, strong, adaptable, and resilient group of people who always make me proud. it is both humbling and an honor to be your leader. Thank you so much. Every person has different needs, different wants, but we're here to help everyone build a future in which they own their own life direction and self-purpose. Imagine that Trilogy's programs are tools. Every person will need a different set of tools for the project that they're working on. Some might need 1 or 2 tools, some might need many tools, and some might need different tools at different times depending on what project they're focusing on right then and there. When someone comes to Trilogy, they get an entire toolbox. Our services include everything from intensive round-the-clock support to outpatient programs where clients might only be seen once every other week, to everything in between. And we know that the first step is often the hardest, so we make it easy for clients to make that first step and to get into services. We have locations throughout the city on the north, south, and west sides where all it takes is for someone to walk in or give us a call, and we can start helping them. Our residential program provides in-home therapy, bringing intense 24/7 care and support to optimize quality of life and help people build the skills that increase independence. Our intensive community outreach programs provide interventions for people who are experiencing a psychiatric crisis or who require significant help to remain stable in the community and out of emergency rooms and other institutions. These clients have a dedicated team that work alongside them during the most difficult moments on their journey to recovery. Some may be experiencing homelessness, others may have been recently released from a hospital or jail, but all are living in precarious situations that require a community-based approach. And as centers of incarceration are unfortunately the largest providers of mental health care in this country, we work with jails to help people who need therapy, not punishment, transition back into the community. In addition to our community-based outreach services, we're also connecting people to jobs because we know that for many of our clients, work is a critical component in their recovery plan. Trilogy's supported employment program connects hundreds of clients every year to practical job skills and helps them find competitive, preference-based employment with a wide variety of community partners so that our clients can find meaning and purpose through work. We also provide therapy to children, adolescents, couples, and families, and we incorporate peer supporters in our therapeutic approaches because we know that sometimes our clients need to connect with someone who has lived through something similar to what they are going through. Unfortunately, involvement with the criminal justice system is often the first stop for many young people with an undiagnosed mental health issue, so we give at-risk youth support to stay out of the prison system. And when people are released from incarceration, we help them reintegrate into society so they can be successful and stay out for good. We also provide intervention and hope to young adults who have just had their first psychotic episode. And our location in the Rogers Park neighborhood provides a full array of on-site medical care and medication management in partnership with Heartland Health Centers and Genoa. The last few months have shown us how truly connected all of us are. All across Chicagoland, from Lawndale to Logan Square, from South Shore to Evanston, Trilogy is improving lives. And when we make people stronger, we make our entire community stronger.
Hi, I'm Amy Fuser, Trilogy Board Chair. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I want to thank you for joining us for Tril-a-thon. I believe deeply in Trilogy's mission to help people recover from mental illness, and I am proud to be a volunteer and a supporter. This work is deeply important to me, but for the clients that Trilogy serves, Trilogy is a lifeline. Our programs are changing lives every day, thanks to the organizations and the people just like you who support our work. Without you, we'd have fewer resources to address the needs in our community. Without you, we'd be less able to help in times like this when it's needed the most. But with you, we can do so much. Thank you to our Tril-a-thon sponsors and the supporters whose contributions make our work possible. I also want to thank my colleagues on Trilogy's Board of Directors. It is an honor to serve alongside each and every one of you. And a big thank you to Trilogy's dedicated employees for all you do to help people reclaim their well-being and their future. And thank you for joining us.
My name is Julius Mercer. I became aware of Trilogy Behavioral Mental Health Services while I was incarcerated for the very last time in 2010 at the Cook County Jail in Chicago, Illinois. See, I was placed in the psych ward aspect of the jail because I had mental health issues and an addiction for over 2.5 decades that was left untreated due to the stigma of what people thought. But at that point, Trilogy had a jail outreach program, and then they pulled my name out of a lottery. They brought to my attention of all the services and helped me to understand how mental health and addictions are both related, strongly related, and I immediately bought into the program. And then I was sentenced to 4 straight years, but in that process, Trilogy advocated for me before the judge prior to I was sentenced. Not only was my sentence reduced, but once I was released after the 4 years, the very next day, I attended Trilogy, and I've been with them ever since. Their integrated health services is all in one facility. Took a lot of stress off of me. I attended therapeutic groups, esteem groups, etc. My entire life has changed. I've been in mental health remission for 8 years now, and so I'm a huge advocate of removing the stigma now, and I invite you to continue to support Trilogy. Your donations will help not only people like me, but countless of others to have a chance to get their life back. And I have to tell you, it really works.
I'm Frederick. I found Trilogy in 2011 after having been hospitalized once and feeling really overwhelmed by and afraid of the mental health system. For the next 5 or 6 years, the most difficult years of my life, Trilogy was my lifeline, providing me with the services I needed under one roof, as well as giving me a community in which, for the first time struggling with my mental health condition, I did not feel alone. Trilogy taught me that recovery is a community effort, that recovery relies on connection, and that none of us needs to be doing this work alone. I am so grateful that I found Trilogy when I did, and it's difficult for me to imagine my life without them having been in it. I encourage you to donate tonight because Trilogy saves lives. It really does.
They were there for me, They took me out. I needed clothes. They helped me get the clothes I needed. And
I got food stamps. I got a medical card.
Trust them, they're still working with me today. They're still working with me. They haven't given up on me yet,
Trilogy does not want no one to feel like they're alone, even though you're not blood related, but they're still family.
Today I do have a place, It's a single room occupancy, but it's got its own stove, refrigerator, and I can cook for myself. I got a key to open the door, lay my head down,
They paid the first month's rent and the security for me. I moved in on a Sunday.
It's good when a plan comes together. When I can meet someone on the streets and help them from the curb to the suburbs, from off the curb to their own stable living condition, that really does a lot.
It gave me hope of coming back and really being the person that I can be.
Because I never thought I could be where I'm at, I thought I should be under that bridge still, but, look where I'm at today, and it's working out for me.
When you all alone, and then you also know there's another human being somewhere that you can call day or night, and they'll be there, they'll come. That's a pretty good feeling.
I'm so happy to report to you that Larry and Primitivo are both stable, and they both have a place to call home. Your donation to Trilogy right now will make more stories like these a reality. Stories of recovery and of hope. Trilogy is helping people find their voice and reclaim their self-direction and well-being. We're supporting people to move toward recovery. Your donation will continue to make this possible. Right now, you have an opportunity to change lives. Right now, you can help people experiencing a crisis find the support they need to get to solid ground. You can make sure that people who face multiple barriers to stability get help managing their medications, their money, and their well-being so that they can have the best possible future. The work we do at Trilogy is changing the lives of people we serve. We know this because that's what they tell us. Every year we ask our clients for their honest feedback, and they let us know exactly what they're thinking. Here are some highlights from this year, brought to life by Team Trilogy.
Trilogy is doing a wonderful job.
I'm grateful for the services Trilogy has given me.
I was scared when I first came to Trilogy, but the services have been life-changing.
They make sure I have everything I need in order to live independently.
They provide total care for me. They'll put an extra smile on my mother's face when I see her again.
Trilogy takes care of my medication and housing needs.
I feel like I have agency in my life again.
My quality of life has improved. I'm forever grateful.
This one's one of my favorites. I'm very grateful for hardworking staff who provide a healing space along with tools and expertise.
When someone comes to Trilogy and asks for help, that is exactly what they'll find. They can rest assured that whatever their journey to recovery looks like, regardless of the challenges they face, we will be with them at every step of the way. We are here with them, providing support and encouragement, fighting alongside them, and advocating tirelessly on their behalf. And right now, I'm asking you to please be here for us so that we can continue our life-changing work. We've set a goal for ourselves to raise $40,000 additional dollars here to support our life-changing work. I'm asking you to help us reach that goal. I'm asking you to help us change lives right now. A critical donation of $5,000 can help support 5 people who are experiencing significant crisis and are on the brink of losing their housing. 5 people who need help now get emergency support, regain their stability, and stay in their homes. Your donation of $2,500 can provide Trilogy clients with smartphones and tablets that allow us to stay connected with them and enable them to receive emergency support and regular telehealth therapy. Or a security deposit, first month's rent, and household items they'll need to make a new start. You can help someone build the skills to live independently and with dignity. Your donation right now of $1,000 can provide 1 full year of therapy for someone who is on their way to recovery and needs a supporting hand to make sure they stay on the right path.
You guys saved my life.
I appreciate everything that Trilogy has done for me.
You guys are the best.
Y'all are fabulous.
Wonderful, wonderful people.
You guys are doing great.
Todo está bien. Me gusta todo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trilogy.
Thank you.
I love Trilogy.
Trilogy is not leaving anyone behind.